What's up, guys? So today we're going to figure out what is going to take the spot of the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie that has been delayed indefinitely. It's supposed to come out in 2023. Obviously, it's been delayed indefinitely, so we probably won't see it, maybe even ever. But what's going to take its place? Let's get right into it. So as Star Wars fans, we're in a great spot right now with Mando. We got Book of Boba Fett coming out in December. Then we're going to have Obi-Wan and Andor and Bad Batch Season 2. And then Mando Season 3. And then Ahsoka show. And it's just going to be a great time to be a Star Wars fan. But that's all on Disney+. No theatrical releases. This is all Disney+ shows. No movies at all. But we know Star Wars started in 1977 in the movie theater. We have 3 trilogies, all movies. We have Rogue One, we have Solo. We were going to have Rogue Squadrons, but it has been delayed indefinitely. So what's going to take its place? So the last movie, Rise of Skywalker, came out in 2019. The next movie wasn't supposed to come out until 2023, so that's a 4-year gap. But that's not that big of a gap in Star Wars because Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005 and The Force Awakens came out in 2015. Return of the Jedi came out in 1983. And Phantom Menace came out in 1999. So there's some big gaps through Star Wars trilogies, but what's going to come next? Is it going to be the beginning of a trilogy? Rogue Squadrons was not supposed to be the beginning of a trilogy. Rogue Squadrons was supposed to be like a Rogue One or a Solo movie, just a standalone film. But now it's delayed indefinitely. So could we have the start to a new trilogy coming in 2023? I think we will, and I think it's one of 2 options, the Old Republic or the High Republic. Let's start with the Old Republic. The reasoning I think that it could be the Old Republic is because of the fact that there's already a storyline there. We know that there's the Knights of the Old Republic games. Those are some great games. Star Wars fans love them, and there's already those characters established, like Darth Raven, one of the greatest characters of all time, hands down. Nobody can even argue with that. It's what Disney will do with that because that is not a canon story. That is technically Legends, but they are recreating the game. They are remaking Knights of the Old Republic, and that is also another factor as to why I think that this could be the start of a Old Republic trilogy because they're making the game. So they're making stuff in that timeline already, so maybe they'll just make movies in that timeline now. Also, with the Knights of the Republic, you have hundreds of Jedi and hundreds of Sith battling out with lightsabers. There's no more one-on-one lightsaber duels. It is huge battles, all lightsabers, and it would be insane. And now they have the technology to bring that to the big screen. Obviously they didn't with George Lucas in 1977, and I'm sure if he did have that technology he would do that. But Disney has the ability to do that and give the fans what we want, and huge lightsaber battles of multiple lightsaber users, and this would just be so cool. And one other huge reason why I think that they could be going to the Old Republic next is because of the Force dyad. We saw the Force dyad in Rise of Skywalker. It was the explanation on why Rey and Kylo had such a great bond together, and they were the dyad in the Force. 2 as 1, and Palpatine takes their powers and literally brings them back to life because they are so powerful. So the first time we ever really see the dyad in the Force is in the Old Republic. So they could really go back to the origins of the dyad and really make Star Wars a story of the Force dyad, which is not really what I want. I mean, Star Wars should be the story of hope and rebellion and all the good, like, overarching things. But the dyad is a pretty cool add-on, what I think was probably the best part of Rise of Skywalker. And then we have the High Republic. So Disney took their best writers, and after the sequel's whole split fan base, they were like, we need something solid and planned out. So we took our best writers, locked them in a room together for 2 whole years, and what they came up with was this. It's the High of the Republic, High of the Jedi, and there's no Sith, obviously, because it's only 300 years before the Phantom Menace, and the Phantom Menace, we know that for 1,000 years there haven't been a Sith Lord, but 300 years before the Phantom Menace, and it is the High of the Republic. The Jedi are trying to reach out into the Outer Rim to grow the Republic. The Jedi are like cowboys on the front lines. They're pretty cool. And then there's the bad guy, the Nile. So they already have an established story here. Do they want to make this into a trilogy? The problem with this would be they already have the story. If you're watching a trilogy of a movie that's already a book, it's like watching The Lord of the Rings. You already know what's going to happen. And although The Lord of the Rings are very beloved movies, and I mean, people love The Lord of the Rings, I don't think that's the same with Star Wars. I think you need the movie first, because if you know the story already coming in, then it's just not as exciting. That's just me. I mean, tell me in the comments if you think I'm wrong, because I mean, maybe I am. If you think we already have the High Republic, let's say they want to make The Light of the Jedi a movie. The Light of the Jedi is the first High Republic book. If they make that a movie, like, almost word for word, like it's the same exact story. Would you want that? Would you already want to know how the story ends? I feel like that's just not what fans want. That's why I think the Old Republic would be a great spot to go, because it's all Legends. So like Dave Filoni always says, Legends is free real estate. We can do whatever we want with these characters because there's no established story. These High Republic books are canon, so they're an established story. Also, like I said, with the Old Republic, it's a lot of Jedi versus a lot of Sith in huge battles. There are no Sith in the High Republic. None. Yet, at least, in the books. And it's just the Nile, and the Nile are just like Vikings, almost space Vikings. They aren't Force users. They don't have red lightsabers. They aren't nearly as cool as a giant battle between Jedi and Sith. There just isn't a Sith presence in the High Republic, and I feel like that would be something hugely missed in Star Wars. And think of what I just said, Star Wars. This is what the whole thing is, Star Wars. So it's wars in the stars. So what is a better war than a whole lot of Sith versus a whole lot of Jedi? So if you clearly can't tell, I'm pushing for an Old Republic trilogy over a High Republic trilogy. I think we will get both at some point in time. I think if you fast forward 50 years into the future, we will have both the Old Republic and the High Republic eras filled in, and then we'll have from Old Republic all the way to Rise of Skywalker filled in, and it will be awesome, and it'll be such a cool time to be a Star Wars fan, and especially if you're a kid 50 years in the future and you're like, hey, maybe I should start Star Wars, you'll have like 30 years to catch up because it's a lot of content. But I'm not complaining, and I'm sure you're not complaining. So tell me in the comments below what you want to see first, an Old Republic trilogy or a High Republic trilogy, and if you want them to follow the books, because I don't think that's a good idea, because then you'll already know what the story is, and it just won't be nearly as fun. They could do it like the High Republic books right now are leading into the trilogy, because it's 350 years before the Phantom Menace, so the trilogy could take place 250 years before the Phantom Menace. There's a whole lot of time. 350 years is a lot of time. I mean, the whole Skywalker saga is about 60 years. So 350 years is huge amount of time in the galaxy. A lot of stuff can happen. So who knows? But even though we didn't get anything on Disney Plus Day, we barely got a sizzle reel that was leaked out the night before, and the under the mask thing of Boba Fett, which was pretty cool, but still not nearly enough if you look at what Marvel got. But I still have a lot of faith in Disney right now. From The Mandalorian to Mando Season 2 to Boba Fett to Obi-Wan to Ahsoka to Andor to all of it. I have a lot of faith in Disney, and I have a lot of faith in Dave and John to get it done. So I can't wait to see what trilogy comes first, Old Republic, High Republic. Either way, I'm going to be pumped, and I'm definitely going to go watch them. So 2023, here we come. If you like this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell. We will have videos coming out all throughout the week, every week. And of course, don't miss out on Fridays. We have Star Wars Planets. This week is Endor, so don't miss out on that. Have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always.